In today's video, there will be another big travel day in northern Italy. We'll be driving around 250 kilometres from Cortina d'Ampezzo to Trieste and stopping at Marano Lagunare. Hi, this is Maximo and welcome to Maximo's Travels. Well, today folks, we are driving from Cortina d'Ampezzo to Trieste via Marano Lagunare. This is around a 246 kilometre trip, and due to the bushfires and horrendous traffic, the trip took us about 4.5 hours. Once again, we started off on SS51 through our final drive through the magnificent Dolomites. The first leg of the journey was through SS51, which I think was the third time that we've actually travelled on this road. Spectacular scenery, spectacular countryside, sheer drops, reasonably challenging driving. As we drove on, we got onto parts that we hadn't travelled on before, and it sort of made way for valleys and much more open countryside. This leg of the trip was around 169 kilometres, and it took us about 2.5 hours to drive from Cortina to Marano Lagunare. 169 kilometres is around about 105 miles for those people that navigate in miles. Hey.
Sharp right onto Via Vallecina.
Is it? I didn't see any traffic lights. Is it? Oh, there's one way. The high mountains and villages gave way to more open valleys, and eventually we made our way down towards the coast of Italy.
Slight right onto Via Marano, SP3. Continue for 1 kilometre.
Marano Lagunare is situated around about 50 kilometres northeast of Trieste. It was founded by the Romans, and the area is quite reminiscent of Venice in that the town, Marano Lagunare, is surrounded by a big lagoon called the Marano Lagoon. I'm not sure why Venice flourished and Marano didn't, but the town was occupied by the Venetians for a long time, so probably one Venice was probably enough for the region. At the present time, it's probably one of the largest fishing villages on the Adriatic. It's quite picturesque, it's not really built up, and it's certainly a whole lot less touristy than Venice is, and it enjoys quite a nice and picturesque old medieval centre, including nice square and old cathedral or church. As you can see in the map, Marano Lagunare is not a very big city. The population is just under 2,000 people, and it sits on the delta of the Stella River. So you've got the Adriatic Sea meeting a river delta, creating the lagoon and really good fishing. Today we're in Marano Lagunare. This is the first time I've been here for about, 40 odd years. I think the last time was 1984 that I was here. I was much younger, fitter, and I don't really recognise the place at all. It's a very, very hot day here. It's about 35 degrees. So I think our wandering around might be curtailed due to the heat a bit, but yeah, let's have a bit of a wander around, shall we? The main square of Marano Lagunare. There's a very big bell tower and quite a quaint main square. We just had lunch, had some very nice octopus. Yes, let's have a wander around, shall we? So Marano Lagunare is on a lagoon, not too dissimilar to the big lagoon that Venice is in, but a lot smaller and a whole lot less touristy. I can really smell the sea. Really salty smell. This is a very big fishing port, and you can see all the well, a couple of tourist boats, but a lot of the fishing boats. Nice cool breeze coming off the water too. It's not a very big town. It's probably 300 or 400 meters wide. It's certainly got a bit of charm. So we left Marano Lagunare and started driving to Trieste. What should have taken an hour took 2. The route was only 65 kilometres or about 40 miles, but instead of taking the freeways A4 and E70, we travelled all the way along the SS14, which is a reasonably good road, but a secondary road and not a divided road. The reason for this was, as you can see on the footage, there were quite bad bushfires happening in the region at the time. As we got closer and closer to Trieste, the smoke and traffic got worse and worse. Basically, the E70 is a major autostrada, and all its traffic, 3-line freeway, was diverted on the SS14. This resulted in huge traffic jams and doubling the length of our journey. It was also quite scary because at one stage, as you'll see, ash started falling on our car. Quite eerie, really. Not sure if the camera can see, but there's falling ash. The bushfire, which actually killed one volunteer, and here's a screenshot that I've taken from the internet, caused the evacuation of a number of nearby towns and cities around Trieste. It was quite scary, really, but after a while we managed to drive into the outskirts of magical Trieste. I've been to Trieste many times because, folks, this is the city where my father was born and my mother emigrated to at the end of World War II with the takeover of Yugoslavia by the communists. I've been here many times over the years. The first time was 1967 and tend to go back every few years. I've actually got a couple of second cousins living in Trieste, and I was fortunate to meet up with a couple of them in our 6 days here. Trieste is located in the northernmost part of the Adriatic Sea, and because it was controlled by the Austro-Hungarian Empire for around 500 years, a lot of its architecture is very similar to Austrian and the type of architecture you'd see in Vienna. We spent 6 nights here, and there'll be quite a few videos to come in the coming days and weeks. I do hope you've liked this video. If so, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Until next time, bye.